The punishment for violation of the Noahide laws was decapitation. Chabad's Noahide law teachings: number 1, the prohibition against worship of false gods. Number 2, and that includes the prohibition against cursing God is the second one, so blasphemy. And there's sub-laws too. The rabbis say there's like 60, there's different numbers, many different sub-laws, all interpreted by the rabbis. So you blaspheme God, death penalty. You worship pagan gods or believe that a man can be God, death penalty. And they go, oh, not until the Messiah comes, though. Oh, and by the way, everybody likes to praise Bill Cooper. Listen to what he had to say about the Noahide laws. Shoot, it's 5 minutes.
So I'm going to read to you something. Public Law 102 Historical Ethical Values from our distinguished...
Bill Cooper was pro-Noahide laws and said people that are warning about the Noahide laws are anti-Semites that are trying to cause division.
...to the generations of the future. Whereas the Lubavitch movement has fostered and promoted these ethical values and principles throughout the world. Whereas Rabbi Menachem Shearson, leader of the Lubavitch movement, is universally respected and revered, and his 89th birthday falls on March 26, 1991. Whereas in tribute to this great spiritual leader, the Rebbe,
The Rebbe. Yeah, you sound like you know what you're talking about, Bill Cooper. Bill Cooper, that's what we should call him. Hey, Bill Cooper, sweeping for the Noahide laws. Oh, you're just a bunch of anti-Semites. You don't want to be Noahides? You're trying to cause division between all the Noahide Abrahamics? You need to listen to your Rebbe, goy. So here's the Noahide law article at Chabad.org. A Gentile who worships false gods is liable, provided he worships them in an accepted manner. A Gentile is executed for every type of foreign worship which a Jewish court would consider worthy of capital punishment. He is forbidden to engage in all of them. We should not allow them to erect a monument or to plant an Asherah, that's like a pole, a tree, or to make images and even though they are only for the sake of beauty. See, that's why I got Thor here. Here's my idol worship, Rabbi and Christians. You want to see, all the Christians online that are like, oh, you pagans. Oh, every knee will bow, you pagans. You're going to go to hell, you blaspheming pagans. All of this is Jewish law. You are the Noahide foot soldiers. And Jesus, they created Jesus to conquer the pagan world and make you Noahides. Where do they get all their Noahides from? Former Christians.
The events that are unfolding before us today is staggering. No one knows the numbers. Hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, we just don't know, of B'nai Noach, of people who are coming to the Jewish faith all over the world. It's an amazing thing. This never happened in history. There were always unique individuals like this, but to happen where they're flowing in with such numbers, it's really something completely shocking.
So Tovia Singer's whole goal is to save Jews from the Avodah Zarah, the idol worship of Jesus, and convert Christians to be Noahides. And all the atheist YouTubers bring this guy and roll out the red carpet and say, come, expose Christianity, and never push back on Judaism at all and help him with his Noahide law agenda and his destroy Edom and Western civilization agenda and his chosen people and third temple and Moshiach rule the world agenda.
Get involved in the Messianic movement, but it doesn't take them too long. They are spiritually sensitive enough to figure out that there's no theological difference between what the Baptists believe and what the Messianic movement believes. People wonder, I know this is on the minds of so many dear people who've come to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're perplexed by the status of B'nai Noach. So, kindlech, children who are born from above, not from below. Why is it that those who become going to use B'nai Noach are so core important to the world?
Look at him, it's so important. The Noahides are so important. And Derek at Myth Vision would bring this guy on all the time to expose Christianity and to convert them all to Noahides. And then he does a video saying that I'm an anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist for talking about Noahide laws. I know we buried the hatchet, but I mean, this still happened. I'm talking about it to prove a point. And he's not the only one. Many Christian Zionists are running cover for the Noahide law agenda as well. And even the Christians that warn of Noahide laws, guess what? You're already Noahides. You're almost perfect Noahides already. Cover that.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu's plan for mankind. I mean, it could be argued very easily that the role of the Jew is to be an Or Lagoyim, Isaiah 42, verse 6, 49, verse 6. That's our job. If we're supposed to be an Or, to who?
Christians cite this same verse, Isaiah 49:6. Jay Dyer cites this verse and goes, it's proof that the prophecies are real because Jesus fulfilled this. He's the light to the nations. And you read Isaiah 42 and 49, it's all about conquering the Goyim. Straight up.
Purpose. It could be argued that Jews are here to facilitate that the non-Jews would come to know the God of Israel. That's what we're here for.
That's the whole goal of Judaism, to have the Gentiles recognize the God of Israel. And guess what, Christians? You worship the God of Israel. Your gullibility, you being duped into believing these prophecies are real and worship the God of Israel because of Christianity, the rabbis love it. You're fulfilling the rabbis' objectives. And then these idiot Christians attack me all day. I probably saw the tweet 10 times yesterday. There's nothing more Jewish than rejecting Jesus. No, retards. There's nothing more Jewish than believing in the Jewish Messiah and the Jewish God and the Jewish prophecies and calling yourself a spiritual Jew with a circumcised heart. There's nothing more Jewish than that.
We're here to facilitate the Noahide movement. In fact, before the Ten Commandments are given, immediately before, we are told that the Jewish people are an Am Segula, a chosen people. For what reason? To be the Kohen, to be a priest of the world. So why?
The priest to the world, and the Goyim will be our flock, and they will be the sheep, and they will grab, 2,800 of them will grab onto my seat, to my tassel on my garment, and here, we heard God is with you. Show us the way. Let us serve you. That's what they want.
Why is it so special to be a Noahide? It seems to be that Noahide is, at first glance, is Judaism 1.0, and converting to Jew, or being born a Jew, that's Judaism 2.0.
You're Judaism 2.0, goy. And guess what? They say like, oh, America's built on Judeo-Christian values. We're a Christian country. We're based on the Torah. You'll say people say that all the time. Pretty sure America has free speech and not blasphemy laws. At least we're supposed to have free speech because they basically are enacting de facto Noahide laws and blasphemy laws with the anti-Semitism laws and the censorship and the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. All right, what else do we have here? The rest of William Shabbos Goy Cooper.
Amendment 1 to the Constitution of the United States of America is the first of the first 10 amendments known as the Bill of Rights. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise.
We must respect the supremacist rabbis and their Noahide law, Zionist, conquer the Goyim agenda.
The freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. All of these have been thrown in the trash can. You say no? You say they're making separation of church and state?
It's crazy how Derek will say that Noahide laws is a conspiracy, and then he's good buddies with Tovia Singer, who his whole agenda is to promote Noahide laws.
Not so, folks.
And I don't know if I've heard, I mean, privately he's apologized, but I mean, you can have some accountability and make it right. How about a video exposing Noahide laws? You gonna talk about this Noahide killer now?
Not so. I'm going to read to you something. Public Law 102-12.
Okay, so he goes over the Education Day.
To the generations of the future. Whereas the Lubavitch movement has fostered and promoted these ethical values and principles throughout the world. Whereas Rabbi Menachem Shearson, leader of the Lubavitch movement, is universally respected and revered, and his 89th birthday falls on March 26, 1991. Whereas in tribute to this great spiritual leader, the Rebbe, this, his 90th year, will be seen as one of education and giving, the year in which we turn to education.
Dude, everybody thinks like, oh, Bill Cooper, he was so good, right? He doesn't even know it's the Rebbe and not the Rebbe. And he shills for Noahide laws here. Yeah, he was good to call out Alex Jones as a phony years ago, but didn't he talk about all types of other kooky shit? Like crazy alien shit and stuff like that? I remember I played a video recently was going around where he's talking about like, it seems like they're following a script and playing out their prophecies of Revelation, or it's real. And I think he believes it's real, right? His book was Behold a Pale Horse, like as in the Revelations and Apocalypse.
And charity, to return the world to the moral and ethical values contained in the 7 Noahide
Christ
laws.
cuck, yeah. This is why you can't have Christians leading the opposition to the New World Order, Zionism and the New World Order.
This will be reflected in an international scroll of honor signed by the President of the United States and other heads of state. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled that March 26, 1991, the start of the 90th year of Rabbi Menachem Shearson, leader of the worldwide Lubavitch movement, is designated as Education Day USA. The President is requested to issue a proclamation calling upon the people of the United States to observe such day with appropriate ceremonies and activities. Now, I have several comments to make about this, ladies and gentlemen. Certain racist scumbags in this country are trying to stir you up and tell.
So anybody that is talking about Noahide laws are racist scumbags trying to steer you up. Oh, super based. Super based, William Kober.
Tell you that the Jew Talmudic laws, Noahide laws for Goyim, now is U.S. public policy, and it means decapitation for Christians. Christians would be considered guilty of violating law number 2, thou shalt not blaspheme God, because Christians believe that Jesus the Christ is God manifest in the flesh, and this Christian belief is blasphemy to the religion and tradition of the Jews.
He doesn't even get that right. That's not what's blasphemy, that's idolatry.
The Noahide laws developed by the Jews provide for the execution of every Christian on the face of the earth by means of decapitation. And if you fall for this, you are a fool. For what I just read to you, Public Law 102-12 designates March 26, 1991, Education Day.
Dude, nobody's saying that law means they're going to be decapitated. That law is acknowledging the 7 Noahide laws that do say that in the Messianic times, the punishment for idol worship is decapitation. He's trying to conflate the two. Some rabbis believe they violate the first law. Well, they could believe that it's blasphemy too, but more specifically, it's idolatry. I mean, you could argue that idolatry is a form of blasphemy.
USA. It does not.
You're a base truther, sir. Thank you. Sempiternal.
The 7 Noahide laws. And anybody who wants to can get Public Law 102-12, which was House Joint Resolution 104, dated March 20th, 1991, and read it. These people, once again, are trying to pit Jew against Christian.
Oh no, the horror! Trying to pit the Christians and the Jews need to come together and all worship, sing kumbaya and worship the Messiah together. What is this? People think Bill Cooper was based? Did you hear that a little closer?
Trying to pit Jew against Christian.
Those evil racists trying to pit the Christians and the Jews against each other. How dare they? How dare they? Bill Cooper's like, how dare you, racist? You all need to listen to the Rebbe and worship Yeshua together.
Now, if you're a fool, jump right in the tank. Somebody will slap you down. If you're smart, you'll get the law and read it and realize that you're being scammed by these scumbags once again.
Nobody says that law talks about decapitations. The Talmud does. Maimonides does. Chabad's website does. The rabbis all over the internet do. He's trying to split hairs. Well, it doesn't say it in the bill. Yeah, no shit. You think, does anybody claiming that the bill says that Christians are going to be decapitated? Obviously, the government bill isn't going to say that. It waters it down and calls it Education Day. And that's why they're trying to target the education system. And now today, yeah, he's like, oh, the Education Day is no big deal. Now we got all these Zionists. And, I'll give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. This was long ago. Maybe he hasn't seen any of the rabbis online talking about it. Maybe he didn't see our politicians doing their Noahide law moment of silence with all the rabbis. But still, this is why he was a Christian, right? This is why Christian opposition to Jews has failed.
Again, while they pit us one against the other, they run around behind our backs, putting the chains on the ankles of all of us. White, black, Jew, Muslim, Oriental, American Indian, it doesn't matter. Racism is a plague upon mankind.
So now worrying about Judaism and their Noahide law agenda to have all the world worship their God according to the Bible, he says that's racism. Okay, Rabbi Cooper. It's racism to not want to be a Noahide slave. Okay, Rabbi Cooper. Shabbos Goy Cooper. Oh, look at his kids, too. He's got her grandkids.
And racists
are the germs
that infect the body human,
the body of Christ. There you go. Super based.